City 1051 FM.
We're on down on City 1051 Radio. My name is Bimbo. Now, here's the thing, right? Special guest in the building again. I want to ask a special guest. I mean, a very, very special guest. It's not every day you have this woman in the building. I mean, Omotola Jalade. How you doing, Kenny?
Hi, Bimbo. How you doing? Hello,
Man, I'm chill.
all City FM fans.
Welcome to the city.
Yes, so thank you.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm super chilled, and you look great, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I love your mask.
What do we do these days?
I'm telling you, that's the world we're in at the moment.
It's a new normal. It's ridiculous.
Speaking of that, right? Did that actually take a toll, like, when it comes to the movie industry? Did that really affect movies like that?
It did. I mean, it's been a major adjustment, you know, for us, especially those of us that were shooting during COVID season. I got COVID last year, and I actually got it from a movie set.
Are you serious?
Yes, as careful as we were and everything, I still ended up getting it, and I, you know, passed it on to my family.
Wow.
So that was very harrowing. You know, it was a terrible experience, and after that, I just ran away. You know, until this movie, and it took a lot to get me to do this particular movie, and yeah, so it was stressful to say the least while we were shooting, because you know it was always, you know, everybody sanitize, wash your hands, you know, distance. It's hard, you know, but then, you know, life has to move on, you know.
I totally get that. There you go. I mean, I still have a lot of people, you know, sometimes say that COVID is not real.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, what planet are you living? I mean, there you go. I mean, I'm really sorry about that, by the way. I'm really sorry about that. So you have a project that you're working on currently that is why you're here.
Yeah.
Which is your movie,
Yeah.
Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Okay, so was that did you get that inspiration from what happened to you?
Actually, no. No, actually, this movie has been in the making, I think, for about 3 years now, if I remember correctly. The director of this movie, who was the same one who did, I'm sure you must have seen Alter Ego.
Not yet.
You haven't seen
Not
it?
Not
okay.
yet.
But you heard about it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so Alter Ego, yeah, so the director of that movie, you know, is the same filmmaker who's doing this one. And he had told me about this a long time ago. You know, from the time of Ebola, to be honest, you know, he wrote the script. And so it was just, you know, like a coincidence that, you know, it was relevant again. And he's been actually looking for funding for it, and all of that came through and all of that. And so when, you know, he called me again and said, look, it's time, I questioned if it was the right time. And, you know, he was like, we have to do it now. We have funding for it now and all of this stuff. Everything has come together. And so, yeah, here we are.
Here we are. But at the beginning, right, did you intend to name the movie Lockdown?
I mean, I don't think he did. It's not my movie, you know.
I get it.
So I don't think he did. I think, you know, usually they will have like different working titles. I remember we had like a round table, and then I think he came up with the Lockdown name. Yeah, he
know,
usually
right?
does that when one said. Even Alter Ego was what was said. So
no problem. So now here's the thing, right? A lot of people have their reservations about the movie industry in Nigeria. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say, you know, about the industry. How would you say people in this country perceive the movies that are being released?
what's the reservation?
Like, how would you put it? What's the reception like?
It's great. I mean, obviously, it's been doing way better than, I mean, we're the second largest movie industry in the world, so it must be doing well for us to be ranked so. I mean, it's not the best, it's not where we want it to be, but well, way better than so many other you know, industries.
Get it done.
Yeah, and we're working harder. We're trying to get better, you know. So most of us don't lie to ourselves and say, oh, we're here, you know, we are doing the best, you know, or ranking with Hollywood yet. But we're doing what we can, given the kind of climates that we have been in, you know, and to be able to come out on top, you know, based on purely our own efforts. I mean, I think it's something admirable, to be honest. And thank you to the fans, really. It took a while for Nigerians to come on board, to be honest. We were first, you know, recognized outside the country and admired outside the country. I think Nigerians eventually came on board, and since they have come on board, they've been very supportive. Very, very supportive, to be honest.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Now, we've seen you transition from not just being a movie actor or maybe a movie actress into other, you know, other fields. We've seen you try a lot. I mean, right now you're like the face when it comes to fighting for women in the country, and that itself is a lot of responsibility. How do you merge that, your movies, and your family?
I just do the bit I can, and I try not to overwhelm myself. I do things that I'm passionate about. Everybody knows in this industry that I'm someone who's not afraid to say no. I think that's something a lot of people need to learn. You need to learn to say no when you want to say no. Don't be afraid to say no. I mean, people pass out just trying to outdo themselves, trying to please everyone. You can't please everyone. So ignite the things that set you on fire. Keep it burning. Do those things that you know that you enjoy, and give it everything that you got. And I also have learned a long time ago to prioritize. So I know when it's time for my family, and when it's time for my family, I shut down. Actually, I shut down from everything else. I give that attention to them. When I'm done with my family, if it's time to work, I give my work my attention. So at every given time, I do what I need to do. Then again, luckily for me, I can also multitask. So.
That is beautiful. Remember, you could also be a part of the conversation. I've got Omotola in the building.
Yeah.
The number to call is 0700-1051-1051 on Twitter at CITY1051. I mean, you have a lot of people that actually look up to you in the industry. You have a lot of people that want to be like you. But in the we get to tone it down a little bit at some point. We're going to talk about when you tried music. So, how was that like for you?
It was amazing. Why did you giggle?
No, because a lot of people would say that was not your strongest suit.
It was actually.
So
it
was
was
music again.
Very, very. I think people just find it a little bit difficult to accept actors who go into music, and it's not just in Nigeria. It's actually around the world. And you notice people like Tyrese struggled for a minute before they got their foot in, and so there's so many actors who are actually very talented singers, or musicians. But it's people accept musicians who are going into acting quickly than they would actors who are going into music. My music was very great. A lot of people over time, after the whole noise of just the bandwagon of just joining everyone to say, oh, why is she singing? Why da. Then now most of them have listened to my albums, and they're now like, oh my God, actually your music was good, and stuff. And I got signed to Universal. I was one of the first artists that was signed. Yeah, even before a lot of musicians.
Are you for real?
Do you remember that I went to the Grammys?
Wow.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
But I think I was the first young artist that was actually at the Grammys though. And I was invited. So now in hindsight, I'm actually very upset with myself. Because I'm thinking, why didn't I pursue this more? Why did I relent? Because actually I was accepted more internationally than I was in Nigeria. I'm not going to say that discouraged me. I think I just got to a point where I was over it to some extent, and I put my attention into other things. And now in hindsight, I shouldn't have done that, because I actually started very, very well. And I still actually earned a lot of money from my music.
Definitely.
I mean, at least I had 2 albums, and now a lot of people have gone back to it and are now listening to it, because now it's on all,
platforms.
Yeah, platforms, and now they have the time to now calmly listen to it and go, actually, it was really good.
So should we expect you to actually do something moving forward?
Yeah, I will. I mean, because I'm an artist, so I've always said, even from when I started my musical career back then, that I wasn't trying to be a commercial artist. I've never really wanted to be a commercial artist. And if you remember, even if you're following, you would have heard me say things like, I'll bring out an album maybe every 5 years or every 10 years. And that's because my musical career was supposed to be like my second career, obviously, because my movie career took off first, even though music is actually my heart. And all of that. But I wanted to do my musical career as an extension of my film career. In other words, I wanted to express myself through music, and of course develop it so that I could also show it in movies and stuff like that. So yes, I still want to go back to my musical career, but I would do it the same way I've always wanted to do it, which is mostly be in concert, be at my own on my own stage. If you like my music, you can come and experience it, because it's going to be art. The artists that do things like I want to do, people like Sound Sultan. He does that. You have people like, in those days, I don't know if he still has it, I don't think he has anymore, like Lagbaja.
Oh.
Yeah. Stuff like that, where you have your own place and people can come and experience your art. Your music, your drama, your expression, stuff like that. That's what I want to do. Almost like Barbara Streisand. So you might see me on stage maybe every 10 years, every 2 years, and whatever, but at my own pace, yeah.
That is not bad. Remember, be a part of the conversation and get involved.
City 1051 FM.
We've got Omotola in the building.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
this is how we wrap things up right here on the Rundown. I mean, what other way do you wrap up the show today? So tell me, people are going to have to see you, right? Right after this.
Yes, so from this place I head out to the City Mall. We're going to Silverbed Ikeja. We're going to watch the movie with everyone who's going to be there. So come through.
Definitely. I think I'll make our time to be there as well.
Woo la la!
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be nice.
Definitely.
Come through, people. If you are in Ikeja or Everence, come around. Anywhere around Ikeja, come around. In fact, you can come from the island. Why not?
Exactly, though.
Come.
Exactly.
Come to Ikeja City Mall. Come to Silverbird Gallery. No.
Bust my brain. So here's what's gonna happen right now. I'll just a couple of trick questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so pick between. Now, whiskey or burner?
So I don't do these games. I'm so sorry.
Why?
Because I'm actually against people.
No,
It's a thing it's my own moral thing. I just don't like it. I think it brings unnecessary pressure. I can love both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do love anyone better, I'll rather not say it in public because I don't think it helps anyone really.
I get it. Okay, no problem. So if you could advise the younger generation right now, what would that be?
I would say, we're in very dangerous times. Be very careful. We're in times where social media is such a distraction, where people really things are just dangerous. If you know what I mean. Physically, there's a lot of danger. Mentally, socially, emotionally, and all of that. So protect yourself. My biggest advice to you is protect your mind, protect yourself the best way you can. Physically too, protect yourself. Buy yourself pepper spray. Get pepper spray. Every female should have pepper spray in Nigeria. Get yourself pepper spray. Hold one. If you can, learn some form of self-defense, okay? While in dangerous times. It's crazy the things that you hear these days. Also protect your mind. You don't have to read everything. And you don't have to give audience to everything. Sometimes log off social media. You don't have to show people everything. In a time where people feel like you have to show people that you are balling. Like, let me tell you something. 80% of my life is not on social media. 80% of my life nobody knows. You only see the things I let you see. Alright? And there is a certain satisfaction knowing that you truly are winning without people watching. And trust me, it actually is more sustained that way. So log off sometimes, enjoy a good meal without, checking your phone, hang out with people that you love, make meaningful interactions, have real friends, not social media friends who really don't care about you, who just like you when you're popping, because when you're not popping, look, they will not be there, okay? So, these are the things that cause depression. Don't try to impress anybody. It's not worth it. Half of the things you see on social media is fake, maybe even more than half. So don't sweat the small stuff.
Okay, word. There you go. And thanks for coming on the show today, honestly.
I had fun.
Yeah, it's been enlightening so far. How else do we wrap it up? Your music, right?
See you guys at Ikeja Mall, okay? Come to Silverbird Ikeja and let's have a party.
Oh,
yeah.
Here's missing you from Omotola. Enjoy this one.
Not heard the songs in a while.
All right. Okay, fun stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I had fun.
Man, same here, man. that was great. Let's do pictures.
Yeah.
City 1051 FM.